So in this video, we're going to demonstrate how to load Elizabeth into the van. Now this is a rear entry van, meaning you come into it from the back. You may have seen vans that you enter from the side. This is when you come in from the back. So let's imagine that we pulled into a parking space and it was raised up this hatch. And the first thing we do is to pull this ramp out and to make sure these feet here are down so that it's supporting the ramp. Okay, and the angle of this ramp is going to vary based on the slope of the parking lot. Sometimes it's going to be steeper than other times, and that's just going to have to be a judgment call, but Ann is usually going to be driving this van, or I will, and we will help anyone understand that slope. Okay, so imagine that Elizabeth is in the chair, and we want to be on the lowest speed possible. Now, if for some reason it won't climb the ramp, we might bump the speed up just a little bit, but it's important to be on the lowest speed possible. I'm going to show you then how we approach the ramp, keeping it in the middle. And the person in the back, who's normally the caregiver, will drive it to about this point, and then Ann, who's in the van, is going to drive it up a little bit farther. Now, let's stop right there. Okay, and in the van there are 4 tie downs like this, and the caregiver will not need to know how to operate all of these, but I'll show you nonetheless. These are the rear ones. These up here are the front ones, these at the very front of the van. And this unit right here, this Easy Lock, we're not using. It's something that used to fit a chair of Elizabeth's. We no longer use that. We're just going to straddle it coming in. Okay, so this rear restraint is put right here onto this point. This is called a tie down point. And it's important that it be put right there. I'll show you how to do this again with the other one. Just put that right here where my finger is, the tip of my finger. That's where it goes, right there. Now the front straps or restraints, generally Ann is going to be doing those, but it might be good for the caregiver just to understand how this works. And they look different from the ones in the back. These are called Q-straints. Ann will show how that works. Go ahead and put it on. And here's the tie down point right here at the tip of my finger. This is the tie down point. And Ann's going to show you how this works. And it immediately tightens itself up. And she would do the same thing with the other strap. Okay, so now at this point, the chair is completely secure. And I should mention that the chair should be off at this point. We should have turned it off. So at this point, the chair is, the straps are tight on both the front and the back. And then to unload, we would reverse this process. And Ann, can you show how you release the tightness on this one? You press down that red button and then pull up. There's a little red button on there, a little red lever right here. Press down on that and that releases the tension. So now the straps are off of the front, and we'll go around to the back now. Okay, and so now this is the final piece. Ann is going to turn the chair on and back it up just a little bit, just to ease the tension on here, and then a little bit more. And then I take this hook and I put it here, get it out of the way. Then I release this hook and put it over here into this hole and get it out of the way. And let's go ahead and back the chair up then. So the caregiver really has a pretty easy role there. It's just putting the hooks on and taking the hooks off, but you have to wait for the tension to be released on the back. So Ann is going to drive the chair back to about here, and let's imagine that I'm the caregiver. Then I'm going to back the chair out, just making sure that it's coming back straight and that we're on the ramp. Making sure definitely not to drive it off of the ramp for sure. And now we're clear, and let me continue to show you. Lift this up, and then put this rubber band onto this piece right here, because that will keep it from making noise. So this is just a big rubber band. Just slip this rubber band onto here, and then we close the van and we're done. And one thing that's always good to do is to take this orange cone, and when the ramp is extended, to put the cone back here just as a visual safety indicator for any traffic that's coming by. You might be in a crowded parking lot at an event or a restaurant and cars are coming by. It's just good to have this out here to alert people to the fact that you're unloading a wheelchair. And then when done with that cone, take it and just stick it back right there.